Secretary Duffy, it's great to see you again. And, one of my favorite parts of this job is nominating high school students to attend our military academies. And you meet some of the best and brightest of our children. And particularly as a coastal community representative, not only is Annapolis very important in our selection process, but also I push very heavily on the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy, which I was really glad to hear you bring that up, because I want to focus my questioning around our maritime industry and the needs there. And having seen your frequent visits to the Merchant Marine Academy campus, it's clear to me that you and I share that pride in our students at the Merchant Marine Academy. But you mentioned, even in your opening remarks, and I was glad to hear that because I know what a focus you're putting on that. And I was also glad to hear the chairman kind of pick up that challenge to look at the Merchant Marine Academy and the really desperate needs there from a facility standpoint, modernization and rehabilitation of that campus. I know there's an academy modernization plan, and if you could talk just a little bit about that and how you think this committee, I want this subcommittee to hear about the Merchant Marine Academy as it exists now and where you think it should be going.
Congressman, I appreciate the question. I don't mean to keep calling on Mr. Clyburn, but he mentioned that the rating on our roads is a C. The rating for the buildings at the Merchant Marine Academy are an F.
Correct.
It's deplorable the way these kids are living. They didn't have hot water for 4 months. They did a dishwasher that didn't work, so they're eating off paper plates and plastic forks. And so one of the problems that the committee had, and I think this is fair, is you'd sent money and the money wasn't being invested and spent. And the point you made to me was, hey, why are we going to give you more money if you can't spend the money that we've already given you? And I think that's a fair point from this body. We have hired the Army Corps. We have their A team from the Army Corps. They've developed a plan. But one of the issues is that there's so much work just to keep it operational, and right. I mean, keeping buildings from falling down, that a lot of the money goes to that. So I would say to the tune of, I mean, if this is the proposal and it's going to come in at, for capital improvement, $70 million, shut it down, send the kids home. And I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to. I want you to make the investment. But sometimes we can forget about shipping. Well, today we see how important shipping is. It is, absolutely. Almost all our products move on ships. And do we want to have American sailors sail those ships? If we come into times of conflict, these are the men and women who sail those ships to back up our military. They're a critical part of national security, and I think they're worth it. But we can't. If we did it really quick, it would be about $1.5 billion. If we take a long time, it's gonna be $3 billion. But every academy is getting $600 million for this. Some are getting brand new stadiums, and these kids don't have hot water. Right. And I would tell you, just please go see the young men and women. They're going to graduate on the 20th or 22nd of June. Come and see them. And you'll say they're worth the investment. They're worth the time. We should not cede the maritime industry to some foreign country. It should be ours. We were the best, and we should be the best in the future.
Amen. Thank you. And secondly, let me follow that up with another issue here, and that is our U.S. maritime recruitment that I know you're behind. When I look at the two recent Jones Act waivers, the 60-day and the 90-day, that's 150 days that our U.S. flag vessels are not being utilized when they're available. Now, under the 501A waiver that's asked for by the Secretary of Defense, that precludes any even look for Jones Act vessel availability. If the waiver is under the 501B, that's done by the Department of Homeland Security, and then there's a look. MARAD has an opportunity to look, and if there's a Jones Act vessel available, they get that call as opposed to a foreign flag vessel. Can you talk about the importance of supporting our supply chain integrity and resiliency and the impact that these waivers are having on that?
So if first of all, that it did come from War and Homeland together. We were advised at the end that this was going to happen, but we were not consulted. But if we can figure out how we get cargo on ships, we're going to get shipbuilding back in America. And I think that's some work we can all do together, because I think we want to build ships in America. But if you think this is like cabotage, so we don't let a foreign carrier fly into the U.S., pick up passengers in New York, and then fly to California.
Right.
We prohibit that. You can't do it. And it's the same philosophy in maritime, right? You can come in, but you can't sail around our ports. And I think if we didn't have the Jones Act, we wouldn't have a maritime industry at all.
Right.
And so this is a unique time, and we'll get through this time. And I don't see long-term waivers, but in this moment, I thought, again, War has different and probably better information on what they're seeing than I had, and so I don't. I'm not going to comment on the decision they had to make. But thank you for bringing that up.
Sorry, Mr. Chairman, I yield back.